Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Check 26, check 26.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Turn it. 380. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. You go tight. You got tight.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. On first down, here's Breida. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. That'll be complete to Breida. 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the option. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run with Breida, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Matt Breida with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Grant. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Right there, 54.
Check it, reload! Hey, Delta!
I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
Shadow!
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
No.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Got it.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And that's good.
Check.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Flush. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The surprise 2nd-round pick, Sean Bunting, there to get a hand in. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tempo.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
From just shy of midfield, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll run on first down. Grant, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On the return is Mickens. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Here we go.
Check it. Hey, exit.
Mike 54.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Let me kill.
Brady now on first down.
Check.
Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down. D Ford, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Alert! 6-6, pull it high. Hey, zoom. Regular.
Now a play fake, Brady. What was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
You got nothing
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson will set up a screen for Breida. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Wilson on first down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Time to go, night. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now. It's Grant looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Brady. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Wait, 20! Mark 54! Watch twist!
This is Grant. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Recon, 132 Friday. Hey, Steve 6.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Wait, 20! Right there, 54 miles. You drop Walker.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
Check 4, check 4.
Topper. Hey, Alabama.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They run again with Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Matt Breida, 78 yards. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first down is Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Wait, 20. 54. Easy. Hey, 66.
On first down, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Sugar. Go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Get that quarterback. And all. Check 9. Rip. When he hit.
Throwing on second and long. Brady. He gets this one to Johnson. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Brady now to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, it's Brady. And the catch made by Johnson. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, go 66. Hey, Alpha.
Again, it's Brady. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Regular. X3, 218, chop. Mike 57. Man, that's trash. Hey, Mike 7. He's checking. Ozzy. Mike 57.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that?
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They will run with Grant. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. On 2nd and 7, Brady. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Scott Miller, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken short. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Here we go. At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
51 for Mike, boy, 51. I don't think you got it, son. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Wilson to throw.
Let's go.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
51 to Mike, 51 to Mike.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Matt Breida in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Brady to throw. Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Gay is on for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go!
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
40. That's it. 51. Here we go. 51 the mic, boy. 51. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady going to throw here. Airing this one out for Evans. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time.